What's going on, people? So today we're going to talk about how strong I think King is going to be after the patch of 1.04 and what to expect in 1.05. So you guys know, like right now, counter hit throws, pretty big part of King's gameplay. You know, if you're trying to attack, you get giant swung, makes it super harder to break. So it's 10 frames right now, like for a regular counter hit throw. Now, obviously, the blue spark ones, there are 7 frames to break. I hope that the blue sparks are like the same. Hopefully they remain the same, because then there will be no incentive of doing like the blue stuff, because they're gonna be just as easy to break. I guess the extra 5 points of damage is great, but nah, I just don't know. Like right now, I think counter hit throws are in a good spot. Honestly, if it were up to me, they would be unbreakable. That would be something that would benefit the entire cast. But making them easier to break is pretty much making them a lot less useful. And it's kind of giving me the inclination that they're going back to Tekken 7, which I know a lot of people didn't want, but with enough people complaining, then you're definitely gonna get that. And the reason I say that is because they mentioned, like at the top of the patch notes, that they were going to buff lateral movement and make changes to throws. So at 1.04, like I said, counter hit throws, they go from 10 frames of a break window to 14 frames of a break window. So remember pre-patch, like release Victor, his throws were 14 frames to break, and they were very hard to break online. But now for counter hit throws, it's going to be just like that. They weren't unbreakable, but they were pretty difficult. Not nowhere near as difficult as like current counter hit throws. But yeah, it's going to be very interesting what they decide to do. Like, they're gonna just revert throws to being Tekken 7, aka useless, aka only used for a position switch if you're like by the wall or something, because they were guaranteed to break it. Yeah, I'm only speaking about like high level play here, guys. So in high level play, you didn't really see too many King players at the highest level anyways. But whenever you did see one, and they're fighting like a Knee, you know, a JDCR or any other Korean or like super strong player, like 90% of their throws got broken. Probably more. You can always go back and look at my set against JDCR in Tekken 7. Hardly any of my throws landed. I think I landed one throw, which was this lift and choke here. And I think, okay, I landed a Shining Wizard as well, but that's it. But even still, I knew not to even attempt a lot of throws against someone of that caliber, because they just break them all and then you're at a disadvantage. But what I'm trying to say is, like, for 1.05, if they make it like back to where you can actually step throws, then they lose a lot of their utility. They lose a lot of their use. Yes, you will still be able to like block punish a power crush with throws, which is still going to be pretty good. They'll still be unbreakable, and you'll still be able to throw them out of it before they even get started, just like this. That's going to be great. That's a great addition, and I'm glad they're going to keep that. But if you're able to step throws now, they're going to be way harder to use in high level, because, you know, they're 20 frames to break as is. And if you catch someone swinging, then it'll be 14 frames to break, which isn't like super easy, but it's not super difficult either. Like, the better players will still be able to react. That's the whole purpose. They're making them reactable. And as for King, I'm hoping that something he can keep for himself since he is supposed to be the grappler. Hopefully the blue spark throws remain 7 frames to break. I hope they don't just like move it like all together and make it 10 frames now, which is what current, you know, counter hit throws are to break. I hope they don't like move it that way, make it 10 frames to break. Hopefully it can stay 7. At most maybe 8. I don't know. But yeah, King is gonna really suffer with these throw changes. Now the lateral movement buff, of course, that's gonna definitely help everyone else out. It's gonna help King out too. But you see, you know, the backdash is still pretty whack. But yeah, that's gonna be like affecting heat burst, heat smash, and throws they mentioned. So I'm just assuming that throws are gonna be steppable again. And that was a change I personally liked about this game, which is making people react, you know, react to the throws. React to them instead of having an option select, you know, because some characters have really weak sides and you can like step one direction and just evade 90% of their moves. And the player will have to be so good to realign or just do a homing moves. But you know, homing moves you can just easily like fuzzy, just option select, sidestep, block, get around homing moves. Cause look at King's homing, 18 frames, you know, 20 frames. You have to be in crouch, 14, but it's negative, super negative on block. Yeah, -9. Yeah, so you have to really strategically place everything. And the throws not having that in here, that was a welcome change on my end. Like I really enjoyed having homing throws because it kind of makes Tekken more in line with all the other 3D fighters. You know, any other 3D fighting game you pop in, Virtua Fighter, Soul Calibur, Dead or Alive, the throws are pretty much homing on all of those. So yeah, it was a welcome addition, and I played all those games too, so I would know. Yeah, that made sense. Like throws, you can break them, you can duck under them, you can punish them, and if you're airborne against, you know, most characters' throws, King is the exception. You know, he has an air throw. You can jump over them too. So they were really weak in previous games, especially Tekken 7. Once they made the regular 1, the regular 2 breaks breakable with both 1 or 2, yeah, they made them so weak in Tekken 7. And then making the throw break window 20 frames, yeah, that is crazy. Because remember in Tag 2, they used to be 15 frames to break. Same for like Tekken 6 and so on and so forth. Throws had way more usage. But I think right now, they were in a really good spot. But unfortunately, they're gonna get nerfed, and of course that means King is gonna get nerfed. And they're gonna do other stuff. I don't know what they plan on doing. I believe they're gonna do some changes to Jaguar sprint. I don't know what they're gonna do, but most people want both of his mid options to be unsafe. They want that one to be unsafe, they want that one to be unsafe. So then it just makes you question, like, what is he even supposed to do? Because you can react to the RKO, and if you listen, you know, he makes a quick roar when he actually does the slide, which is negative on hit. You see it says 0, right? But he's grounded, so he loses his turn. Yeah, Jaguar sprint currently is in a decent spot. I don't think this stance is very strong. I think the strongest is when it hits from this here, and you have to react. You don't have to guess, you have to react. And from like blocking heat smash, right here you have to react. Yeah, so I don't think it's going to be like even usable if they really nerf it. Maybe, I don't know. I like the uppercut knocking down, it's not too strong. I mean, he gets 2 more guaranteed hits here, but that's not that powerful. I mean, Alyssa, she has her chainsaw. She has a mid that's safe. She has 2 safe mid launchers, one of which is actually plus on block and does chip damage. But people are they're comparing that, like, just no. This stance is not. There are too many counterplays to it. Let me know in the comments what you guys think. I think Jaguar Sprint is just decent at best. And especially like when he's in heat here and he runs, you know, he points the finger, runs, he has the armor. The counter plays are just hilariously plentiful. You can single jab him, you can throw him, you can do lows, you can activate heat burst on reaction if you got it. You can probably activate heat smash on reaction if you already have heat mode activated. There are just so many counter plays, but yeah, hopefully they don't like touch him too much, because man, if they really nerf King a lot, we're gonna see even less of him. You thought Evo Japan was bad? Man, wait until you see Evo in America. Yeah, it's gonna be a very difficult time for King mains, but we're gonna persevere regardless. Let me know what you guys think in the comments.